Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Adam, stargazing astrology here to give us a few updates on the full moon, or is it the new moon coming?
The new moon forecast.
The
Yep.
new moon forecast. And then of course, we have a couple of people or situations at the end that we'll talk about. And I'm going to add a little tarot cards to that as a reading. So definitely we have a good show coming up. And Adam, let's catch up with you. How are you doing? What's going on with your channel? Who have you been collaborating with so everybody can chase you all over? Because I know I've seen you all over.
All right. Yeah, thank you for asking. I'm doing well here. Been doing a lot of collaborations, some collaborations with Danny, Andrea from Lilac Tarot. Um, Gonna do probably an upcoming collaboration with Mel. So yeah, it's great. Just getting around and doing wonderful collaborations with people and yeah, just making it work, making it happen.
Fantastic. Even Mel, I am so excited for you. Have you reached out to Linda G yet, or you're just kind of
Yeah, I definitely have a couple times. I know she's super busy, so yeah, so
kind of
eventually
waiting?
I may be with Linda as well. So
Oh, that'd be cool. Fantastic.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I know that you offer readings and things like that. Do you have any specials or anything going on this month or next?
yeah. So I'm offering big fall specials right now. So if anyone is interested,
Other
oh,
side.
other side, there we go. Please subscribe to my YouTube page. It's Adam Stargazing Astrology. Um, for astrological updates and for information on the discount readings. If you're at a crossroads in your life, I offer all types of astrological readings for all types of people and all sorts of needs. So please contact me. The email and everything will be in the description box in the video.
Yes, definitely. Or in the comment sections as Sheila does it.
Yes, or in the
Or Adam can post whatever he wants in the comment sections for you to get a hold of.
yes,
Because I forget. That's what happens. All right. So very nice. And I know that you're on the West Coast. Is that correct? To give
correct.
everybody time frames. Yeah. So when you're collaborating with us or wanting a reading or something like that, keep it in mind that where we're at so that we can definitely have the time zones and think about that kind of thing. So I know I just Holland, you just met, Maggie from Holland. And we had the collaboration, like she's in the 6 in the evening and I'm like 10 o'clock in the morning. So those time zones can get a little much. But
This
anyhow,
can get a little much, yeah, for sure.
so I am going to hand it over to you so that you can give us our new moon reading. So go for it, Adam.
All right. So let's see. So the new moon is coming up. It's going to be on the 25th of this month, which is coming up soon. So the new moon is going to be in Libra. So that happens when the sun and the moon are in the same astrological sign. Libra is an air sign. It's related to the planet Venus. It's all about beauty, harmony, grace, social justice, beauty, balance, and peace. So there's a strong need to compromise in this area. Libra rules the scales. The scales represent balance. Um, they're very peace loving. So Libra really rules social justice, has a lot to do with karma, a lot to do with diplomacy as well. So there's going to be a need for us to be out there and being social, sharing ideas during this um, new moon time, and as the sun progresses into Libra, and also just a strong need to be out there and sharing ideas. It's an air sign, so air is considered more social. Yeah. So the next aspect that's going on is the planet Mercury, which is communications. It's going to be sitting right next to Venus. These are both sitting at the end of Virgo. So this is all about a Venus Virgo conjunction is generally pretty talkative, pretty sociable. So these four planets are going to be creating what's called a stellium. It's four planets that are sitting right next to each other. It's a unit of concentrated energy. And what happens with these stelliums, it's really basically the ability to get a lot done in a small amount of time. The Virgo energies are all about oriented towards health and perfection and refinement. And as mentioned before, that the air is all about social justice, grace, harmony, beauty, and balance. So those combined together, it's a great time to do art. It's a great time for ideas around social justice, paying attention to the politics, understanding the law of karma in relation to politics, the law of give and take. So that's going to be one of the aspect patterns. Another strong aspect pattern that's going on right now is going to be called a T-square. And a T-square is pretty intense. It's going to be leading towards the astrological planet of Mars. So it's also called an efficiency square. It's really the ability to get a lot done in a really small amount of time. And it's leading towards Mars and Gemini, which can be really verbally combative. When you think of a T-square, think of the energy of a square, crisis, dynamic, challenge. So we could see a lot of arguments still going on in the political spectrum. However, what's really wonderful about a T-square is that because it's an efficiency square, there's really the ability to get a lot done in a small amount of time. When we're amidst the T-square, it seems like arguing, fighting, quarreling, and chaos. However, when we move past the T-square, we'll see things start to moving as far as new ideas being put into place. But I mentioned during this time, during that T-square, things are just a little hectic. Let's see here. The planet Mars, which is our energy, it's going to be squaring Venus, tense relations. It can bring that up, passionate relationships. The planet Mars, communication, it's going to be in a square aspect with Mercury. That could be tense communications. And let's see here. There's a couple of Neptune squares, so it's good in oppositions. It's good to stay grounded, good to stay practical, good not to get taken too far off into random ideas, constructs, ideas that may not really be working. Neptune's going to be squaring the planet Mars. Mars is our energy. A Neptune square can create low energy, deceit, lies, scandal, guilt, confused motivations. Our energy can sort of be on and off with a Mars square Neptune. However, we do have a couple of good trines supporting this cosmological energetic field right now. Venus is trine Pluto, good sense of personal power. And Mercury is trine Pluto too. It's just a great time for intimate relationships, and a great time for positive persuasion. And the reason why I say positive is because of the trine aspects. So yeah, those are some of the major aspect patterns that are going on right now.
What was that last time? The trying? Is it, you said trying aspects?
Trine. So it's Trine. So those are two planets that are in a harmonious aspect to one another. They're talking to each other in a very sympathetic way in which they communicate nicely with one another. They create a harmonization together.
I can't wait to see what the astrologer reading is for November for elections. But yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Well,
can't wait to get to that one. But yeah, this one right here talks about that because I mean they are literally the arguments and everything is starting to heat up, especially politically. But we also have a lot of work getting done against Trump. So that's nice.
It looks like yeah. Do you want to do so that's pretty much the overall energy going on. Did you want to do like a collective reading or?
Sure. I'll draw 3 cards and see what we got. Very interesting. So first up is luxury, prosperity, and reward. That's the collective, the rewards of all of our hard work throughout the year. This is probably talking about harvesting our goods, all the gardens out there and things like that where we can harvest, and starting to shut that down because we got the hope also as the card of hope. Like things are starting to look a little better, things are starting to go our way, I guess, or our country is really fighting a good fight as well, because I am political. And then the 9 of Cups, the satisfaction and the stability. It sounds like in the next cycle for the next moon that we're going to start experiencing some stability. And
Ooh, I
that's
like that.
really important. So, do you see a lot of stability in the stars for us for the next month?
Um, I, I, I definitely the T square is not super stable aspect. Um, but what I'm seeing though is the ability to want to harmonize and the ability to want more compromise because of all the Libra energy that's going to be happening.
Oh, yeah, the scales of justice.
Yep, yep,
Yeah. Well, we're definitely seeing that in the political arena right now.
yeah, yeah. So that's
Yep. So,
quite.
who do we have up first?
So we have Mary Peltola. Yeah, so she's the first Alaskan native headed to Congress. Um, in November, which is very exciting. She was a former Alaska state representative. So she'll be in there for the next couple months. However, the elections are up again in November. And so we will just kind of have to wait and see, as far as what happens if she gets reelected, right? Or if she ends up not getting reelected. So we'll just kind of have to see exactly what's going to be going on with her, what's going to happen.
Mhm.
So she was born August 31st, 1973 in Anchorage. So she is an Alaskan native. So she really represents that native energy, that native spiritual backbone of Alaska. Um, so she's a Virgo. Sun sign in Virgo, it's all about service and help. Um, Virgo's very good with the energy of refinement, with details, and all that that orientation around refinement. Um, she has a fair amount of grand trines in her astrological chart. So a grand trine, it's three trines that are placed in a configuration of a grand triangle. So this is stable, practical, productive, intuitive, and progressive. Grand trines are harmonious. Uh, you think of the energy of a triangle. It's much more balanced, and balance likes harmony. It likes symmetry, and with that, with harmony, it's really wanting to move forward and progressive ideals and really get along. So she sees opportunity for work towards positive change with this. um as mentioned before, that sun in Virgo makes her very service and very detail oriented. Her sun sign is sitting right next to Mercury in Virgo, makes her really detail oriented, sharp mind, working tirelessly, and also a great memory retention with this aspect. Just really the ability to be able to, just really remember a lot of sharp details. Um, her Venus is in Libra, makes her beautiful, diplomatic, agreeable, and graceful. Also, Venus is exalted in Libra, or it's a really strong spot. So she definitely is enjoyer of like natural beauty, and when those people in power, they enjoy natural beauty, they're gonna strive to preserve, the natural beauty of their land. Whereas Sarah Palin, on the other hand, her philosophy was like shoot 'em up. She had more of that attitude. Venus is sitting right next to Uranus. New ideas, innovative change, thinking outside of the box with that. So that's wonderful as far as being really progressive. Uranus is brilliant. It's progressive. It's it's individual as far as the thinking, but then the energy extends to the community as far as sharing community ideas with, or sharing individual insights with the community in order to make new gateways. Her planet Pluto, which represents power, it's in a square aspect to her north node, which is her evolutionary direction. And her north node is in Capricorn, which is really all about climbing the social ladder and having recognition. Which she's really done in her evolutionary path. When Pluto is squaring the nodes, this gives an incredible amount of power, the ability to be able to weather high storms, the ability to hold on to control. Her Saturn is sitting right next to her South Node. This is considered karmic. Whenever we see the position of Saturn, we talk about karma. Um, this is showing that she really values her ancestry, strong work ethic from a young age as well. And then she has a Mars square Jupiter. So Mars, in a square aspect, creates a fighting spirit. She's not going to give up. She's really going to fight. Saturn is square Pluto, strong determination to succeed. And then her aspect patterns, again, 3 grand trines, very harmonious. 2 kite aspects, those are more harmonious aspects. The kites wanting to work towards positive transformation, opportunity for growth and creative change. And she has 3 T squares, which are called efficiency squares. It's the ability to get a lot done in a small amount of time, gives her high energy levels, and she will not rest on her laurels with this attitude.
That's fantastic. Sounds like she's going to be a brilliant at her job.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I also did the cards to see if she's going to win her re-election.
Ooh.
Would you like to know?
Yeah, we would love to know.
These are excellent cards. So what I got was renewal. Judgment is renewal and rebirth. So that was a good card right off the bat. And then I got the Ace of Cups, which is beginnings. The Ace of Cups is the highest emotional intelligence that you can have. And it's also a very, very yes card. So, and then the last one was 10 of Cups. She's going to be very happy. Alaska's going to be very happy with who they have picked. And she is, according to these cards, she will get in.
Fantastic. Yeah, I thought on some level that she was going to have a pretty good chance of that happening. Yeah, so
maybe the senator, maybe we'll have luck with the senator because they don't like the senator they have right now. But if they have a representative going Democratic, maybe they'll place their senator as a Democrat too, a native. That would be the best thing, is to have a native from Alaska as a senator so that they can actually start improving Alaska. They don't have to worry about anybody coming and raping and pillaging their lands up there, for the gold and everything that they always do, and the oil. Yeah. So they want to preserve that. So that's what I heard in her reading, is that she wants to preserve the land and take care of that. So.
Oh, that's fantastic.
All right. So who do we got next? What do we got next?
So we are going to would you like to talk a little bit about what's going on now as far as Russia and Putin and Ukraine, and what exactly we're kind of seeing from that, and what exactly is going on there. So as we know, Putin feels extremely threatened, right? As far as people encroaching in on him. As far as him thinking he's gonna lose territory, and so he's putting his pedal to the metal, right? And he's getting more troops, to want to come in. He's getting he just keeps on building, right? Where he's afraid he's going to be losing land that from the territory that Ukraine is taking back from the battle. So Putin is definitely going through some challenging Saturn aspects right now. Saturn represents the Lord of Karma. So he obviously has put out a lot of negative karma. This man he's extremely, extremely powerful. However, he definitely, it's like he's just not going to stop. He just keeps going, and going. He has Saturn sitting right on the lower midheaven, which is the low part, right on the foundation, showing that when it rises up in the chart again, he may try to create a whole new structure, create all new tactics, for the energy he's putting out there. However, it seems that with Pluto going into Aquarius in 2024, this really is the end of the Putin regime as we see it. Ukraine has a really strong astrological chart. They're scrappers. Their first house is filled with planets in Capricorn, which are all about structure, focus, duty, and discipline. The moon is in Aquarius. The Aquarius moon is very political. We'll really fight for its ideas and its ideals. Um, so that being said, the Ukraine's chart and Putin's chart, they both have Pluto sitting right on the midheaven, which is the high point. Pluto represents power. So it's that Plutonian energy is like clashing. It's really fierce, it's really intense. It's almost kind of scary too, that energy. But it's really deeply karmic, deeply transformative. It's like Pluto can represent like the evolution of the soul. And it's almost like the souls are going through like their own like death and rebirth and cathartic process right now on like a real deep intense level. It's like the the soul of the nation is like in the underworld, right? Like fighting and like having to work out all of the energy of that plutonian energy, which is all like the underworld. um so it's super intense. However, though, all those Aquarian ideals, Zelensky's chart, strong Aquarian energies, it looks really good. Like, there's a good possibility that they're really going to come out on top.
I actually threw some cards, one for Putin and one for Ukraine.
Uh-huh.
And the one for Putin literally came out death, ending, done.
Wow.
The one that came out for Ukraine was the King of Swords, bravery, courage, conflict, change for Ukraine. So each one of those, I just wanted to put a little clarifier on there. Sudden action. It's almost like I have this big feeling of Putin throwing, how you do a Hail Mary. I
Mm-hmm.
think he has gone so far into this that this is his Hail Mary,
Mm-hmm.
meaning there's nothing left for him to do. And
Mm-hmm.
he is definitely where at that point in time where Ukraine is starting to become the authoritarian over Russia. And it
Mm-hmm.
sounds weird to say that, but it's like it has the powers have moved up where Ukraine
Mm-hmm.
is now the more powerful army. They're the ones that are fighting hard, you know what I mean? And Putin has nothing anymore. I mean, literally,
Mm-hmm.
his
Mm-hmm.
power in the world has diminished. We all know now that it wouldn't take much to take over Russia. So he's lost. He went from the illusion of being that powerful to now the reality of he's not really nothing. And
Yeah.
and it talks
Yeah.
about that in here. So and also they're the stars. The Ukraine are the stars, the emperors. That's what my cards are starting to say. Is Ukraine is becoming the emperor. This Ukraine is the star in this whole thing, and he gets like the Three of Pentacles where he starts to lose everything. He
Mm-hmm.
also has the Two of Cups where everybody has to make decisions in his country. The Queen of Swords, the women are going to rise up. There's just so much going on in Russia right now that are not good for Putin at this point in time. But the end,
Mm-hmm.
the death, hopefully before the new moon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Totally.
So there you go with that reading for them. So yeah, that was great stuff. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
And it looks like is retrograde over with yet? Because I'm tired of it.
The Mercury retrograde still going
Yes.
on. Lasts approximately 3 weeks, so it should be over pretty soon.
Ugh.
So during that Mercury retrograde time, just there can just be issues around communication, delays with communication. Um, so yeah, it's really just a time, to try to just kind of hang in there.
Retrograde is real because let me tell you what
Oh,
happened on
yeah,
my trip.
retrograde's a real thing
It's
for
a real
sure.
thing. So as I always when I travel, I always turn off my debit card. I can do it in my app so that there's no problems. Well, this time I was in the airport and I really wanted to use the Wi-Fi while I was flying, and I thought, okay, so I tried to pay for it. It wouldn't go through. I think I tried 3 times, and finally I just said forget it. So I'm up in the air, and by the time I land in Philadelphia, I get a text message that my credit card had been compromised. Not my credit card, I mean my debit card. I couldn't use my debit card the whole time I was in Washington, D.C. and Maryland and all of that because of that. They had my bank, of course, is turns it off and things like that. So I had to resort to a credit card that I never ever used. I was afraid that it wasn't going to work, but I was literally at the risk of not having any way to pay anything while I was thousands of miles away from my home.
Well,
Retrograde is real.
retrograde's a real thing.
So just FYI, remember never use your debit card in the airports if you don't have to, because turn them off.
Good to know.
So always bring cash. Always get cash to go into the airport so that you can get something to
Okay.
eat or whatever, but never use
Mhm.
it because that happened a few times, even to a couple of my friends. But anyways, a long story short, I made it through, came back, we're all good. And thank you, Adam. Definitely we'll catch up. I don't think it's going to be next month. It's probably going to be in first part of November because I'll be going
Okay.
to Sicily next month.
Ooh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I
Yeah.
know. My friend Sally, she lives there. Hi, Sally, if you're watching this. Hello, honey. Her and I have been communicating. I'm getting so excited. She lives there. So I have a native, or not maybe a native, but anyway, somebody who lives there that I am going to be staying with. So that helps a lot because I'll be just traveling wherever she goes, I go, right? And she has
Hmm.
a lot of stuff planned for us. So, and one thing I want to do the most is go see how the olive oil is made. I want to go to an olive oil farm or whatever it's called over there.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
can drink olive oil like straight, like it's a shot. I love
Wow.
olive oil. Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
it's the weird of me. But
Good
anyway,
stuff.
all right. Well, thank you, Adam. Is there anything else that you can tell us to help us through?
That's it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
we're good. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.